that you did not know about Chris Farley. He was born on February 15th, 1964. He passed away December 18th, 1997.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that I think most people know now, but man, just in case you don't, he was the original voice of Shrek.
Yeah, you can find the actual footage of him, or the sound.
Oh, hold on.
The voice.
Oh, we're getting to that.
Oh, boy.
So Chris Farley was the original voice of Shrek and had recorded nearly all of his dialogue before his death in 1997. Unlike Mike Myers' Scottish accented Shrek, Farley's version was softer and more innocent, focusing on the character's insecurities. After Farley's passing, DreamWorks decided to rewrite the script and recast the role, with Mike Myers bringing his own take on the character. This was also one of the internet's white whales for like the longest time, because when it started to leak out that Chris Farley not only had been cast in the role, but he had also pretty much voiced the entire movie, or at least chunks of it, people were scouring the internet for this thing, and for the longest time we couldn't find it. Now you can. I'm pretty sure if you just hear on YouTube when the live stream's done, or when you're done watching this video, just look it up and you'll be able to find the Chris Farley version of Shrek. He was a member of Chicago's Second City before Saturday Night Live. Before joining Saturday Night Live, Farley trained at Chicago's Second City, the legendary improv and sketch comedy theater. He was discovered there by SNL producer Lorne Michaels, who hired him in 1990 alongside Adam Sandler, David Spade, and Chris Rock.
Tim Meadows sitting there too. At
Second City, Farley developed his famous Matt Foley motivational speaker character, which became a Saturday Night Live favorite. Is that Bob Odenkirk?
Yeah, it is. I was going to say Odenkirk and Tim Meadows are in that picture with him, because Tim Meadows came over, I think like about the same time or a year later.
He idolized John Belushi and had an eerily similar fate. Yeah. Chris Farley idolized SNL alum John Belushi, even mimicking his high-energy physical comedy style. Tragically, both Farley and Belushi died at the age of 33 from a drug overdose. Farley was aware of the similarities and often joked about them, but struggled with the same demons that led to Belushi's untimely death. Yeah, my nose is itching like a son of a bitch today. Did you know Chris Farley was supposed to star in The Cable Guy?
Would have made the movie better.
Farley was originally cast in The Cable Guy, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts and his commitment to Black Sheep. The role eventually went to Jim Carrey, who was paid a then-record $20 million for the part. Many fans believe Farley's version of the character would have had a different comedic tone, possibly making the film more slapstick than dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a confession. I've never seen it.
Dude, I went. That was the one, because this was when Jim Carrey was in his prime with all his movies coming out year after year after year. And I think it was maybe one of the holiday breaks. My brothers and I went with my dad to go see it, expecting it to be like the Ace Ventura or Max type movie.
Yep.
And then that whole movie is just him stalking Matthew Roderick.
Ferris Bueller.
And it wasn't even funny. It was the weirdest stuff, and like we left out of that going, "What the hell did we just watch?"
I think that now it's grown into a movie that people now love because they essentially know what it is. But there was a lot of people that were in Frank's boat where they went to go check out the movie thinking that it was going to be kind of your classic Jim Carrey movie, and it certainly is not.
It is not.
And finally, back to Chris Farley, he was almost Fatty Arbuckle in a biopic. Before his death, Farley was attached to star in a biopic about Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, a silent film comedian whose career was destroyed by a scandal. Silent films, that's right up your alley there, Frank.
Hey.
Frank likes that old shit.
For the talkies.
The film would have been a dramatic departure from Farley's usual comedies, showcasing his serious acting skills. Unfortunately, Farley passed away before production could begin, and the movie was never made.
Is that one of those deaths that you remember where you were when you heard that he had passed?
No.
I actually remember where I was when I heard that he had passed.
Oddly enough, a lot of those, like Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, I don't remember where I was when I heard
I
The
remember
news,
both.
but I remember how impactful it was because with Phil Hartman being on news radio, which was arguably one of my favorite shows at the time. And then I remember specifically I had a class when I was a senior in high school. The whole class was you become a swim instructor.
Right.
So we like the first term or semester or whatever, you learn how to do, swim and learn all the strokes and how to teach it. And then for the second part of the year, they brought in elementary school kids and they would learn how to swim from us. And we got paid for it too. We literally got paid for school. And I remember there's one kid that was in this class with us who was obsessed with Chris Farley. Like this kid, that was his entire sense of humor was Chris Farley.
Good kid.
And he also played baseball. I played baseball too. But this kid played baseball and he kept talking about how he had a full ride scholarship to Arizona State. He did not.
I just remember being in the car at Target because it was around the holidays, and we were listening to the radio, and like the local DJ broke in, was like, "Man, we got some bad news." And normally when a radio DJ at that time would say something, you would think it would be like a musical, star.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, "Yeah, Chris Farley was found dead today of apparent overdose." I was like, "Holy crap!" I can remember that, down to exactly where I was at that time.
Yeah, we can get really dark too, if you want to, because his death pictures are on the internet.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've seen them. I looked that shit up. It's weird. I have a problem.
Did you also look up Dale Earnhardt's?
No, are those out there too?
They used to be. I don't know. I don't remember if they took them off. It might have been one of those things here in Florida that, because I think like some reporter tried to get a hold of them and was going to publish them or whatever, and then they ended up making it a law here in Florida that you could not publish like the death pictures of individuals or something like that.
Interesting.
But I think they leaked online at one point as well.
Because the way that it happened is I fell down a rabbit hole. I was looking up like JFK conspiracies, and obviously his photos are there. And there was like one website where it was like celebrity death photos, and I'm like, fuck, click, 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 click. It's like, Jesus, man.
Could have been like a site full of viruses. You're like, no, I gotta see.
I wasn't downloading anything. You were just there. Yeah, it was bad, man. It was. I've seen some shit. That doesn't include all the stuff that we used to see over on what was it, steakandcheese.com.
I just have never been interested in looking up the death pictures of
I'll send them to you.
My thing. Thank you.